Okay, we are alive. Welcome everybody to Goblin Shit. We're playing this semi-regular D&D stream where we play D&D bad and hopefully do jokes good. That's all we're really trying to do.
That's our motto.
That is our motto. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
I got boosted yesterday, and I am feeling it.
I'm feeling this.
I'm feeling it. It is funny though that now I'm in performance mode, and I'm like sick. I'm ready to go, man. Bits.
I'm always show ready. Yeah, dude, it's rough. But hey, everybody, go get your booster shots. I don't care if you don't personally agree with it. Protect yourself. Protect your community.
Protect all the teens that have asthma because they all got asthma. I hate to tell you.
All of them.
Every kid
and
has
the
asthma.
peanut allergies. What is it with these weak ass kids? Back in my day, I was born in 1943.
My kid's got an almond allergy.
Oh. That's how you know you're bougie, Sean.
Yeah.
The fact that we found out, I was gonna say I thought he was like more working class because almonds. I can't take almonds.
I think it's like peanut is the working class allergy, and then almond and like pistachio is like you got to be fucking. You're living in a high rise if you got a pistachio allergy. That's some fancy shit. I don't think I didn't eat a pistachio until I was a full grown man.
Yeah, most people would never know if they have a pistachio allergy because they wouldn't have the opportunity.
Because it takes forever just to eat one.
Yeah. Generally, food that requires a lot of work is for rich people. Pistachios, lobster.
Just slide it down my throat, please.
Exactly. I'm too lazy to earn money. I'm definitely too lazy to be able to eat.
So this is we're playing a modified version of a D&D-esque game tonight. Maddie, you are the most D&D person I've ever met in my life.
Thank you.
Yeah. I always say this. People ask me, I say for Maddie, it's like how, if me or Sean played like youth soccer growing up, we have experience with soccer through that. You just started playing D&D when you were 5 years old and never stopped.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm like a sad soccer dad at this point where like the only glory I have left is to cheer on my kids way too aggressively at D&D. But yeah, so I've been playing, I think I said this the last time, I've been playing D&D for 30 some odd years now. My dad taught me how to play. I still play with him occasionally. And I just fucking love role-playing games, man. I like the silliness of it. I like getting really into the characters. I don't sit in this seat as much anymore of being the daddy. Dave, sweet Dave Williams takes care of that for me mostly, which I enjoy immensely. But I do love the RPGs and have done them a lot.
Hell yeah, dude. I think we got a great one in store tonight. Really excited for this game. We have some fantastic, very fun and funny people to play with us tonight, and it's going to be a wacky time.
Oh yeah, we're using a loose version of the Goblinville game by Narrative Dynamics. They do not have any kind of social media, and I reached out to them via email, and they did not get back to me. So even though I think the writers, I read that he's teaches at public schools in Mass, so you know how those people are, whatever that
is. So this is going to be an interesting one. We've played Goblinville in our group a few times, and it's always insane already. And tonight we wanted to try and kind of like kick that up even a notch. So there's going to be some fun rules that have to do with trying to kill your character essentially as quickly as possible.
So I mean, we've seen that so far in this game. Rarely do the goblins succeed at their journey. I think only one has survived, and it was not the same goblin that left Goblinville that day. I will say that. And I'm increasing that to 11. So today's goal will be to be the most goblin-y goblin and not necessarily to complete whatever insane task your goblin lords decide to give you.
Yeah, and maybe everyone is at Spider-Man watching Spider-Man right now, and so maybe this game is just for us, but it really doesn't change anything for me. I think it's gonna be.
I was gonna play role-playing games with you tonight either way, dog. So if people want to watch this shit and we get some funny new faces, I'm down for it.
Isn't the Green Goblin in the new Spider-Man?
That's true, dude. Yeah.
So maybe they just got confused.
Yeah. It can be very confusing.
Yeah, I have very Tom Holland look to me.
Yeah. I can see that. He's got a real weird mustache.
And I'll be doing the Green Goblin, but instead of Harry Osborn, I'm going to be doing his character from The Lighthouse. So it should be really interesting crossover.
And Brian, I've always called
I'll get you, Peter Parker.
Brian, I've always called you my Zendaya. So.
Oh yeah. Because I don't use a last name.
You've always been
Brian with a Y, I guess.
Brian and I was Zendaya. It's the same thing. Zendaya is Michi, you know.
Yeah.
They changed all of Brian's family's name to Brian with a Y when they came here on Ellis Island. They couldn't pronounce their real name of Brian with an I.
Brian Dutremble's here. Brian, hello. Thanks for coming to hang out. We're gonna. Hey
man, thanks for being our one and only audience.
Yeah, we'll see.
Feel free to shout out suggestions.
Yeah. Let's start explaining the rules to Brian about how this is going to go tonight.
So basically, chat is going to have full license to shout suggestions to which the players may or may not ignore it. If you shout something really funny, I will force them to do whatever you yell at me. So make it good.
Yeah.
It should be super fun. Also, if you want to award goblin points or remove goblin points for members of the cast, because basically the end goal is whoever has the most goblin points, which is an arbitrary rule system I created just now, wins the no prize and my eternal adulation for being the most goblin-y goblin. So anybody in chat can help out.
And when people get goblin points, you'll see this on the screen, goblin points.
Woo, woo.
And everyone should yell goblin points, I think. And then when a goblin dies, then you have to yell dead goblin and dead goblin.
Yep.
So I think that covers most of it, right?
That's pretty much it. For any rules, lawyery, RPers out there, none of that matters here tonight. I took the framework of this game and threw the rest of it out the window, so we're just gonna have fun.
It's gonna be
we're
just gonna have a blast.
Sean -1 goblin point for drinking wine out of a glass.
Either out of a skin, out of a skull, or out of a dead body.
What if I do?
Oh, there it is. Now you're a positive one. See, and it's just that easy.
Goblin point. So Maddie, should we get started?
Yeah, so basically this is going to happen in our standard Goblin World game. We've already done a little bit of world building about that. I mean, the goblins fucked everything up. This game is going to take place far, far to the north of where we normally play. So this is yet another... Goblins are not very creative, so this is yet another town called Goblinville, nestled in the mountains far to the north. It's deep winter, and a big snow has kind of forced all the goblins into wintering for the next few months. There is a human settlement a few days southeast from here. They are getting ready to celebrate some inane human ceremony where they use their money to buy things for each other instead of taking it, which is strictly ungoblin-y activity. The goblins celebrate no such holiday. For the act of gift giving is, by its very nature, not in a goblin's heart. But on this day, a black smoke has arisen from the peaks to the north. And it is with It is this where our initial goblins, whoever wants to be the initial 4 goblins, are called.
Yeah, let's pull in 2 players. We got Will, Smalley, and Sam Bonacci here. Hey guys.
Hi guys. All right, guess so the 4 of you will be called to the lord of this particular Goblinville, whose name is, I keep looking at my written notes like a chump. Sorry. Vomit Eye, the great goblin warlord, Vomit Eye. Named
You
thus
forgot
because
Vomit Eye?
Yeah, I forgot. It's been a long day, man. There's a lot of Vomit Eyes where I come from. So Vomit Eye, known because of his great weepy infected eye, which the witch of this place has not been able to solve, has summoned you guys to his war fortress, which is more or less just a shack of 2x4s, much like the rest of Goblinville. And on this day, he has summoned you because he has work for you to do. Sean, what is the name of your first goblin? Are you Goblin Bluth?
Yes.
Goblin Bluth. Brian, you're a goblin.
Vomit Other Eye.
Sam.
Grubles.
Grubles. And Will.
Dan Rather, the Goblin.
Good. Good.
There is an umlaut over the U for the record.
For Grubles.
For Grubles.
Oh, Gruble,
yeah.
sorry. Oh, for Dan Rather, the Goblin?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I didn't know
also
that
for
was
Dan
spelled
Rather
with
the-
you. Goblins have the craziest lexicon. So Vomit Eye, primary Vomit Eye, stands before you. And he goes, "Listen, you kids," and just pus is just pouring down the side of his face like always. And he's, "Me son's birthday's coming up soon, and he fortunately has 2 eyes. I'd like to protect him. See the smoke rising over that hill? That's where some ancient god to these humans used to make toys and give gifts to their children or some such. I don't know. We haven't seen any signs of life, and it's been raided till there's nothing even left on the walls. But now that it's showing some signs of life, there was always this helmet, a supposedly magical helmet there that we never found, even in all our raidings. So your job is to go there and get me that helmet for my boy's birthday." Oh, no, not for his birthday. I'm sorry. Because tomorrow, you see, is Wookiee Life Day, and we celebrate that here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the great warlord Vomit Eye has tasked you with getting his son a Wookiee Life Day present. Let's see.
You know what, Vomit Eye?
Yes.
You piss off, mate. I'm the real Vomit Eye. I challenge Vomit Eye to leadership of this clan.
All right.
Yes.
It's a Vomit Eye off, then, is it?
Yeah, but mine's the other eye.
Yeah, so basically this contest for leadership of the Vomit Eye clan, you guys are going to put gauze over your vomiting eye for 2 whole minutes, and then they're going to weigh it, and whichever gauze weighs the most gets to retain the championship of Vomit Eye. So, Brian, do you want me to roll for you, or do you want to roll?
Yeah, no, I trust you.
All right, cool. So I'm going to roll to see just how weepy your eye is today in comparison.
This weepy eye contest is tighter than a rusted bolt on a 57 Chevy.
It's a Texas strap Vomit Eye match. By God. So you rolled a 5, unfortunately. So the way we're doing the rolls, I'm just going to roll 2d6. It's for RPG nerds. This is the resolution system from Powered by the Apocalypse. I'm going to roll a 2d6. 10 or better is a success with no consequence. 7 through 9 is a success with consequence, and 6 or less is failure. Vomit the other eye rolled a 5. So,
Can I?
Great Lord Vomit Eye, the scales are barely tipped in your direction.
I'm Dave. Dave. So used to Dave Williams DMing. Maddie, I'm gonna. Can I surreptitiously?
Can we do so? I think Sean was gonna do something,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we'll go to you. So turn turns matter in this game because basically every turn each goblin gets to make one action, and the like there's a timeline. So like Brian made a roll, so that's his turn. When 4 goblins have made an action, because it's not going to be the same characters every time, basically a new round of the timeline happens. So just be cognizant of that. Things are happening. Like there is a sense of time movement for this.
All right, cool.
So yeah, Sean, what's up?
I wanted to take the biggest piss I've ever taken on the other eye's bandage.
Oh, trying to stealthily weight it in his odds. Yeah, sure.
I'm
man.
not like really supportive of the other eye, but I'd hate Vomit Eye himself.
Yeah,
so
no.
I'd rather...
Everybody always hates their own Goblin Lord, right? So I think this is our first death of the game. Sean, you go to. I'm going to give you. So first, you get a Goblin point for doing, and Brian, you also get a Goblin point for having a Vomit Eye contest against the king.
Oh yeah, Goblin points.
So Sean,
Goblin
you
boy.
go to piss, and Vomit Eye goes, "This is meant to be a fair contest, you stupid git." And he takes his horrible gauze and jams it down your, like he makes a puppet out of you. He like opens your mouth and just like Michael Jordan posterizes the vomit gauze into your eyes.
And Goblin Bluth is dead.
Yeah, he just explodes from within. Whatever rancid goo comes out of the eye. Sorry, Sean. Failure
Sean is
pays
dead.
a steep price here.
But here's the thing. Now, the next person that comes in, Sean gets to have some effect, right?
Yeah, so Sean, you get to name thy predecessor, your ancestor here, who's coming to fight in your stead.
Oh, okay.
So what will the next goblin be named?
Boar Anus.
All right, let's see. Thank you, Job. We will see your next incarnation shortly, I'm assuming.
Give it up
let's
for
see.
Goblin Bluth, everybody.
Boranus!
Yeah.
Hey, Boranus! That's just what we call you normally, Dave. That's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I wanted a weird fantasy name.
Dave Boranus, everybody. Oh, sorry, I know it's pronounced Boranus.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it.
All right, so I mean, there's just going to be a milling pack of goblins following you guys around, kind of like a cloud of goblins. But the only ones that get a voice are the 4 that are currently PCs. So I think Gorbals wanted to do a thing.
Oh yeah. Well, at this point, I'm just gonna point out that technically, because the pus pad no longer exists on its own, he has therefore lost the contest.
Sam, I'm going to subtract a goblin point.
Oh, it's super not goblin.
Yeah, using reason is not a goblin thing. So you don't even get a roll. That type of logic will not work on Vomit Eye, believe it or not. His eyes glaze over as you start to use big words with 2 or more syllables. And he goes, "Go get my fucking son's Wookiee Life Day present, eh?"
Okay. I think
All right.
This has gone pretty crazy. Oh,
all right. So
Dan
so I'm going to roll
Did you have
jobs for you guys. Basically, I'm going to roll 2 things for each. So if you guys got something to write, Vomit Other Eye, you are a pit fighter with iron knuckles.
that's right, baby.
And your signature clothing item is a fancy, in quotation marks, hat, unless you can think of something better.
No, a fancy hat feels right.
Dan
I'm
Rather
trying to
the
distract people from that eye.
Dan Rather the Goblin, you are a tinker. You have a big wrench as your weapon. And your signature item is a loincloth. You have a special loincloth, which you guys can describe these things to me in a minute.
Which I'm wearing anyway, which is fun.
Boranus, you are a charlatan, and you have fake coins as your weapon.
Classic.
And your garb is you have striped pants. And Gorbals, you are a thief. Your weapon is a bag of sand.
Perfect.
And you have a scarf as your signature item.
Awesome.
So there is a long, overgrown, disused mining trail that leads towards this abandoned temple. You guys have like a rough map to lead there.
I want to present to VE the helmet. I already have it. I already have this helmet. It's in my goblin satchel. It's actually a boulder, but I want to see if I can fool VE.
Sure, yeah. Trying to pull one over to him. I think you're being judged harshly by Goebbels, the actual charlatan. He looks at it closely. That ain't no helmet, you bonce.
No, I'll show you. I'll put it on my head.
Yeah, please do. You can put the rock on your head. He predictably smushes you into nothing. Dan Rather the Goblin is no more. You rolled a 6, Dan Rather the Goblin. Dan Rather the Goblin, what shall your goblin replacement be named?
Panera Bread Bowl.
Panera Bread. Let's see. Thank you, Dan Rather the Goblin. See you soon.
I think that I'm helping, and I'm going to pee on the boulder now.
Perfect. No roll needed.
Let's
you
see
pee on
Panera.
the boulder. Let's see Panera.
Let's introduce Panera. Hi, Panera.
Hey, Panera the Bread Bowl. Sick goblin beard.
Jen, you are muted. If you don't want to be, then you should unmute yourself.
The beard is just too
I've been
big.
on mute. You actually, I was on the whole time. You just couldn't hear it through my luscious beard. I saw that there was a competition here happening, and no one else was brave enough to say it. So,
all right, Panera.
Really friggin' hot in there.
Tell me about it.
Panera Bread Bowl. You also rolled Tinker, so I think what happens is, as Dan Rather gets smushed, his wrench bounces across the floor, and you're like at the violence, and it just lands in your hand, and now you're a goblin tinker. So you have a wrench for a weapon, and you're technically some kind of mechanic or tinkerer. And your signature item is a goat skull.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. As the most similar names to our boss here, I think that we need to get. I know I really made a play here, but I recognize that it was not smart. Let's just go get this helmet. Let's get on the move.
Okay. So you guys venture forth. We'll say everybody has enough food for the journey. Every goblin can have one torch. Torchlight might matter if you get to a place that's dark. Being in the dark is not super fun. I'll let you know when torches burn out, probably arbitrarily. Yeah, and you set forth. So the cart path, it's cold. It's a very cold winter. You guys are probably clad in whatever skins you could cobble together. Probably with like hunks of viscera still on them. Not really like properly tanned at all, but anything to stay warm in this awful cold. And you're trudging through the mountains. Is anybody like, none of you have like are a scout or anything, right?
No.
Who would like to lead the party?
I was a goblin scout, like a little one. I've got the badges, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts.
Yeah. Do you want to roll to see if you have your mountaineering badge?
I will absolutely check.
Sure.
Certainly.
Yeah. Roll 2d6. Let me know how it goes. So far, it hasn't been great for your goblins.
You can roll. Yeah, you can roll.
Yeah. Oh, she's got dice.
I got a 3 and a 4.
So that's a 7. That's a partial success. You know what? You took the class. You didn't quite get the badge. So there'll just be a little bit of peril for you from the natural. You know just enough to maybe keep everybody alive.
Listen, guys, there's one thing I know about mountains. They go up, and we're already coming from down. So really, this is pretty straightforward. Now, if anybody has any questions.
With that knowledge, you will successfully not be lost in the mountains. Thank you, Panera Bread Bowl. It does take you guys a few turnarounds and some near-death experiences, but other than losing someone mark off one torch, you lose it as you have to use it to like fend off some beast. You're here. So Jenny, Bill, Sean, Dave. Okay. So let's you guys get to this kind of wooded area. It's kind of like a copse of trees in a landing in the mountains. It's pretty thick. It's kind of like a little forest in the middle of this mountain range. And as you're traveling, you hear a bestial growl from the woods. It sounds like maybe a warning growl of some sort.
Hey, other eye.
Yeah.
I'll pay you some gold coin to go check that out. I got humans money.
Oh,
he shows you
many?
He shows you some shinies.
It's
Dave,
like
you have 2.
Yeah, I still say 20.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's only fair for me to go do the job first before you pay me. So here I go.
Capitalism.
I pull down my fancy hat, which is one of those Christmas hats with the ears on them, but they're just human ears instead of pointy ears.
Cool. It makes you look like a proud dad.
Yeah. And I run off. I kind of like, put my iron knuckles on tight, and I run after what.
You're a pit fighter. You fought other.
I got
beasts.
this. I'm trying to get this money, son.
Brian, you observe the danger kind of like a second before it happens, so you have time to react. You're not totally ambushed by this thing, so something is pouncing at you as you break the tree line. What do you want to do? Basically, you get
fucking head off.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 for you, so it's not going to be a straight success.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna punch it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what you see is like a giant. It kind of looks like if a lion had a mane all over its body and was like Arctic white, and it has almost a human-looking intelligence in its eyes. And it's pouncing down at you. You're gonna sock it in the face. So you hit it with a glancing blow. You deal it a little bit of damage, but you are knocked to the ground now, lost in the snow. In fact, the snow when you lay down is higher than a like prone goblin body, and so you guys see this large white cat, like really big, pounce on Vomit Other Eye, and he disappears into the snow.
I'm immediately going to get down on my hands and knees and disappear into the snow as well.
Perfect.
Because that seems perfect.
Goblin point for Goebbels.
Oh, yeah.
So he buries himself in
the kitty.
You want to pet the cat? That is very goblin.
I want to pet the kitty.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
It's so fluffy.
Yeah, all right. You want to go pet the kitty?
I am gonna just full on run up and hug it.
All right.
Like Elmira.
Do you want to roll those dice again and let me know what you got?
I'm gonna win him over with my affection.
Do it.
Who doesn't love a Panera Bread bowl? Come on. Ooh, that's a 2 and a 2.
All right, Panera Bread bowl. There is a price for failing in Goblinville. So you run it. You hear it has begun to. It's looking down at. It's looking. It hasn't quite decided whether it's going to kill Vomit Other Eye yet, and it's looking down. It starts to speak in the common tongue of humans, which you all unfortunately speak because it's necessary to torment them. And you're like, "Oh, kitty!" and you go to rush it and put your hands in its hair, and it turns around and it swallows you whole. You go to pet it, you like grab it around the mane, and it just takes its cat paw and just shoves you completely. The name of its killer move is Bones and All. So right down the gullet for you. Thank you for playing Panera Bread Bowl. What's the next goblin's name going to be? Oh, you
Nancy
get a goblin.
Reagan.
You get All right, Nancy Reagan sending the circle. I'm going to give you a goblin point for that goblin-y dumb activity of trying to pet the giant evil cat, or not evil, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you. We'll see you in a few.
Panera Bread Bowl, everybody. All right, let's see Nancy Reagan. Hey!
Oh,
Hey.
the dome queen herself, Nancy Reagan, everybody. You know what's funny is I saw those memes popping up and I was like, what the fuck is going on yesterday? And I Googled it and I was like, oh, what? So yes, renowned goblin
Nancy Reagan's been doing some goblin of her own. That's what
Fellatio specialist, Nancy Reagan the goblin.
Jay Shinoy, lovely to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Welcome aboard.
All right, thanks for asking me to come here so I could just kind of sit in the shadows and watch 3 rounds of fucking Goblin Jamboree. When you didn't even tell me that was. You're like, come play with us, but really, you're going to be benched for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, but now's your time to shine.
If you play it right, you might get to play for 5 whole minutes.
I'm going to Nancy Reagan the shit out of this game.
Nancy Reagan, you are a scout. Your weapon is a spyglass. And your signature item is you have heavy boots on. Whether that means they're sturdy and good or just like physically heavy objects is up to you.
I'm running Doc Martens.
Hell yeah, dude. So I guess Nancy Reagan, since you just showed up, you can take an action if you want.
Since I'm wearing Doc Marten boots, that's going to be Nancy Reagan Youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. An old punk applauds you, sir.
What's my current?
Did you also do too much heroin to copyright any of your songs, and then they were
going on
stolen
with
by a
Giant
Brendan Fraser movie? Huh?
Sorry. What's our current situation again? I need a quick recap.
Currently, a large group of goblins, like the backup team, is behind you. It appears that one of your comrades is being pinned. Whether it is a live vomit other eye is alive or not, you're not quite sure. Just the boots of Panera Bread Bowl stick out of the giant cat's mouth as it.
I would like to try to steal the boots.
Hell yeah, a boot specialist. I'm going to give you a goblin point for that.
I'm
that
a
is the most
sneakerhead,
goblin,
but like with boots.
All right, Jay, you get a goblin point for that.
Those.
Ooh, goblin point.
Do you want me to just do the roll for you, bud?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So you got a 6. So it was really nice seeing you, Nancy Reagan. Apparently, your head game was not as strong as the internet was led to believe. And as you go to pull the boots out, I think I
tried to suck the boots off of him.
You do, and your pearl necklace gets stuck in the boot, and you kind of just get sucked in right behind Panera Bread Bowl. So now there's a half of Nancy Reagan sticking out of this thing's mouth too. Thank you, Jay. Hopefully you won't. It looks like things are picking up. You probably won't have to wait 20 minutes for the next game. So yeah, if you could name the next goblin.
The next goblin is named Willem Dafoe.
Hell yeah, dude! Green Goblin coming in hot.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Willem Dafoe.
Hey!
Wow, guys, I did it.
Legendary RPer, Doug.
What's up, guys? It's been a lot of weak-ass goblins. That's all that I'm watching.
Yeah, William Dafoe. Let's fuck shit up. All right.
A lot of weak-ass shit these people are bringing.
Dave, what was your character's name again? Oh,
Boranus.
Boranus, what are you going to do?
I see like this, like, I'm just seeing multiple goblins just go right in.
It looks like that. You know that game Lemmings? That's what it looks like. Like a line of goblins are just leaping into this thing's mouth right now is what it looks like.
So I feel like it would be dumb for me to think that I could be the one to get those boots. But I only have pants. I kind of want the boots.
Honestly, to be fair, it went from Panera Bread Bowl's mundane boots to Nancy Reagan's heavy boots. Yeah,
exactly.
It's having trouble getting them down. The Doc Martens are so heavy.
I think I'm the one to get these Doc Martens. I think I'm going to do it.
All right, goblin point for Dave. Let's. I'll roll for you, bud. Hey, 10. Rousing success. I think it literally just it it basically did a double, right? It like went to McDonald's and then went to KFC right after. So it's having a little trouble finishing its meal, and I think it just like the boots have just fallen beneath it, and you get them no problem. You now have heavy boots, Borenus. William Dafoe, what are you doing?
I don't know. Don't I need a job?
Oh yeah, shit, dude. Thank you.
God,
Look at this guy.
You're so good at role playing.
Unbelievable. We're not paying him, are we?
You're a horn blower. Your weapon is a
horn. No, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Nancy Reagan not being a horn blower is a travesty.
William Dafoe, also a horn. You're a horn blower. You have a horn for a weapon, and your signature item is a tunic. Hey, you have a shirt on.
Nice.
Tunic?
Yeah, tunic is like
I know what I'm going for next.
A skirt-shirt combo. It's like what Romans used to wear, not quite a toga.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, I got 6 in the closet.
Big tunic guy.
Yeah, big tunic guy. So now just for the people that are just tuning in now, not me, of course, because I've totally been paying attention this whole time.
So you guys are on your way to try to find the great Goblin Lord Vomit Eyes, a helm for his child at this old temple. Currently, you guys are at the edge of a wood in a very snowy area, and a giant cat has pinned one of your goblin fellows and eaten 2 others.
Oh, no.
It stands in the way of your quest.
Oh, wow. Okay, so is it my turn? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I would like to get one of those cat toys and throw it over there.
Sure.
Distracted.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll.
How fast are you guys? Can you guys run? How fast are you, goblins?
You guys
I don't know. You tell me. I'm gonna pose with my sick new kicks.
Yeah, you're actually less fast than ever with your giant heavy boots on.
Yeah, bad move. I'm playing in the run. You guys are idiots.
Painted red though.
So
easy to find you, dummy.
William Dafoe, you got a partial success. You put together a quick cat toy from whatever garbage you have in your pockets. You play your horn. You whip it. It's not a total success, but enough that it gets off of Vomit Other Eye, and it does the like the cat that's fed and it's entertaining you thing where it goes over to where the toy was and bats it a couple times and then just curls up and nestles down in the snow.
I know cats.
Yeah.
Big
tunics and cats. That's what Doug's all about.
I almost distracted him with the tunic, but this is for a family show.
Yeah. This ain't a family show.
It's not a family
show. We already had Weeping Tuskas. That was like minute 1.
My family's watching.
Somebody wrote throat goat in the chat.
Yeah.
All my family is sitting around the computer watching this on my mom.
All right, Brian. So unfortunately, you spent far too long with this thing on top of you when you were in the snow. I think sweet Vomit Other Eye has passed due to hypothermia.
Into the sweet hereafter.
So let's
back
get a new
to the
name.
suckling breast of Lamashtu goes Vomit Other Eye. The next name of a character is going to be Dinky.
All right, Dinky. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I'll see you guys
Dinky. Soon. Let's see, Dinky. Hey, Dinky.
Hey.
Hey, it's a friggin' Spider-Man. It's Steve, everybody.
Hello, all.
Hey, Dinky, you are a Sawbones. Your weapon is a bone saw. And your signature item is a warm hat, much like you're wearing currently.
Awesome.
Just like
all right,
Spider-Man.
So the Cat Guardian has been temporarily disabled by William Dafoe's excellent cat toy distraction.
You're welcome.
Do you guys wish to travel forth into the forest?
Of course.
That makes sense.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Sam, you also have been buried in the snow for quite time. What's your signature item?
I mean, a super warm scarf? No, yeah, a scarf.
I think you have also passed away. Did you not? They go to take your frozen goblinsicle body out of the thing, and you have also passed away.
Oh, no. What kind of clothes are you wearing?
He has a scarf on.
Mostly just the scarf.
Oh, no. And I'm peeling that off your dead body right now. Oh, this is a travesty.
I also have a bag of sand if you wanted that, too.
Absolutely.
I want that scarf.
You should stab him then. All right. And
I'm gonna attack.
All right, before we go into this combat, who is the next goblin?
Greta.
Greta the Goblin. Thank you, Sam. Hey, it's Greta the Goblin.
Who's muted?
Hey, you're muted there, guy.
Oh, hello.
Greta the Goblin.
I care about the environment despite you being a goblin.
Which is really funny because you are a hunter with a javelin.
Oh, hell yeah.
Your signature item is a hood. You wear a hood.
Nice.
All right. So I believe we're about to have an attack from Dinky to Boreanus.
Big mistake. I just got pocket sand and you're going to attack.
Yeah, no, I want that scarf. That's a nice scarf.
So he's peeling it off the body and going through it, and you, in true goblin-y fashion, Steve, you get a goblin point. Oh, Dave, you get another goblin point for being a horrible little shit. You go to attack him. So you got a 6, Dingy. Dingy.
Good roll, right?
What's your not quite enough though. So basically you fail. Your fate is up to Boreanus.
Oh boy, yeah, it's pocket sand, baby. You're coming at me? I just picked up sand, throwing it in your face.
Yeah, you are almost there, and he spins around and like does the pocket sand to your face.
I give it one of those, blow it into your face.
Yeah, so you're gonna be blind for the rest of the adventure.
Perfect.
Or for as long as you live. All right, so you guys keep traveling down the path towards the workshop. A clearing comes into sight, and you see, in fact, a large. It looks like a human warehouse, almost like a human factory, maybe. Through the center, on the right side, kind of, you can see there's 2 big like barn doors that are shut currently, and you can see a large fir tree or pine tree coming out like from the center. It's huge. It's like 60 feet tall, and it leaves through the ceiling of the building. Like it's inside the building where it's rooted, if that makes sense. Like there's probably like a big open ceiling right there, and there's a lot of other building attached. Currently,
now, when you say human factory, does that mean it's a factory with humans inside because it's a goblin world, or is it goblins inside the factory creating humans?
No, this is like a it's not a factory that makes humans, although I do love that, Doug. Another adventure is for that.
I got it just for the audience, not me. I know what you're talking about. The audience.
This is a, like, you guys see it as human architecture, basically. It's a human temple as far as you're concerned. This goblin construction is much nicer than this open floor plans and such. So it's a big, like, old human building that has been disused for years, but is currently on. And it sounds like you can hear the sounds of industry coming from inside. Like, whatever is made here, it's being made again.
You're not going to tell us what's being made in there?
You got to go inside to see,
Daddy. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go towards the loud noises.
Yeah. So there's tiny, like in a real factory, there's like tiny windows that are just like completely covered in soot and you can't see through at the very top of the building. The only means of entrance appear to be the big barn doors, or perhaps through the ceiling where the tree escapes, like where the tree breaks through the ceiling.
Can I javelin on top of the roof?
You're gonna try to pole vault? Yeah, man.
Yes.
It's pretty high. But yeah,
how
you can
high?
certainly.
How high is it?
Yeah. So the top of the roof is probably like 15 feet off the ground.
All right. I'm gonna make Doug throw me.
Hell yeah.
You don't have to make me. I'll do it.
Yeah. So William Dafoe, the horn blower, is gonna huck Greta to the top of the building. I'm gonna make the roll. 11. You succeed. So
he weighs 10 pounds.
Superstar William Dafoe, the hornblower, has solved all of the problems thus far. Again, Doug is amazing at role playing games. And, he does like the shot put, right? Like he picks you up and puts you in like a seated position, spins a couple times and launches you up into the air.
What you don't know is you're probably thinking like this is his head. I'm going like feet.
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So he lands because he has to land on his feet. So I got his head.
But first, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So you indeed end up atop the warehouse, and that's a goblin-y plan. Doug, you get a point, and Sean, you get a point, goblin point. So now you're on top. So basically you see like a big kind of slightly peaked roof, mostly just so that it doesn't collapse under the weight of snow. And you see that indeed there is a large open space into the building that the tree comes through.
You guys want to help me?
I can't let you steal all the stuff. I'm gonna look over at my newly blind friend and we're like, shoot me.
Shoot me.
Whatever he can do. All right, we can do it better, my guy.
Boreanus asks Dinky. Are you Dinky?
I am Dinky.
Yeah, ask Dinky to huck him atop the building.
And I tip him one of my coins.
I'm going to take the coin and I'm going to just pick him up and I do my best.
Yeah. So there's going to be a slight disadvantage. Every Steve and Dave can have a goblin point. Dave, that'll be the end of Boreanus, unfortunately.
What? This didn't work?
He goes to huck you, and it's more of a straightforward shot than an arcing up shot. And Boreanus just gets crash test dummied into the side of the wall at full Dinky strength. Dinky, the fortunate news is if you could find the scarf, it can now be yours. Boreanus, what is the name of the next goblin champion?
Skid Marky Mark.
Skid Marky Mark. Thank you, Dave. See you soon. Skid Marky Mark, approach. Hi, Skid Marky Mark.
Yo, what up, Skid Marky Mark?
Skid Marky Mark, you're a spear carrier. Your weapon, unsurprisingly, is a spear. So you don't know how to use a spear necessarily, but you certainly can carry the shit out of them. And you have a tooth necklace as your signature item.
All my ex-girlfriends.
All right, so we have a blind goblin and 2 other goblins that need to get on this roof.
I'm up here freezing my ass off.
It's chilly out here.
Can I just meet Sean? Like Sean's flanking him from the top. Can I just go through the doors?
Yeah, you want to try to go through the doors? Sure.
I'm not stupid. Nobody can lift me.
Sure.
I want to go through the door first.
All right. So Skid Marky Mark, you turn William Dafoe to go through the giant barn doors of this structure, and already Skid Marky Mark is there.
I also want Skid Marky Mark to go first. This is.
Doug gets another goblin point. That is a goblin idea. I thought of the idea and tricked them into going first. Skid Marky Mark, you go. The doors, although they seem to be ancient and maybe disused, swing open rather easily. It seems they were recently repaired. What you open into is a large warehouse-looking space. It looks like this is like some kind of staging area. There are several crates being packed. There is the large tree lifting up from the center of the earthen floor. There are several creatures that you goblins know to be elves. They are sunken, pale, almost like skinny to the point of being skeletal creatures with huge glossy black eyes and thin. They all kind of look like Gollum. And they are currently going about. It looks like they're constructing a giant sleigh here. And they look towards you, and then they go back to work, and they are humming very unsettling. They're basically all chanting. It's like a group chant. And it's to the sound of jingle bells, but it's like Cthulhu nonsense words. Minova, Bitofa, Hisobatoke. And it's horrifying. You see there are 2 doors out of this room, and there is a thick black chain, like as wide as your arms are around. That is it's chained to the bottom of the tree and goes down through one of the open doorways. And that's what you see here. So there's a bunch of elves packing shit and a bunch of other ones building this giant sleigh.
I want to try to have sex with one of the elves.
Hell yeah, dude. You're currently on the roof. How you getting down?
I fire pole style down with all the branches.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's we'll give you a goblin point for that, Sean. Let's see how this goes for you. A 3. Well, Greta, it was nice knowing you. You plummet a bit too fast. You hit all of the wrong branches on the way down, and a crumpled environmental activist lies at the base of the tree now. The elves appear to take but a moment's notice and then go back to what they're doing. So thank you, Greta. What's the next goblin's name?
Sean Connolly.
Sean. All right, thank you, Sean Connolly. Next goblin, Sean Connolly. Hey, I'm so sorry, but you're muted, Jenny. So
Sorry.
your job is you are a merchant goblin, which means your weapon is a backpack. So you have a backpack.
I'm sorry. What is it?
A backpack.
That will get you kicked off public transportation. So
It's true. It's you don't know what's in there. You have an eye patch, Sean Connolly. All right. So I guess we had Will open the door. So we'll go blind Dinky. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna run full charge into wherever I can hear noise. Full charge that way.
So obviously, normally you would just be able to run a place, but given your eyelessness currently from the pocket sand incident, I'm gonna make a roll for you to see if you make it through. Hey, so you only take a minor bump. I think you lose. What's your weapon there, Dinky?
I had a bone saw.
So you lose your goblin. I know. I think what happens is you get your nice new scarf that you pulled out of the snow. It gets weazered, so it like a piece of it gets stuck on a nail or something and just totally unravels. And now you are scarfless as you enter the area. Sean Connolly and William Dafoe. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I'll go right through the door, right behind Marky Muck.
Yeah. What do you want to do from there?
I'm going to watch him go through the door and then sneak in behind him while everyone's looking at him.
Perfect. That's Goblin-y. Jenny, you can have a point. Goblin point.
Yeah, so I'm going to go talk to the elves and see what they're cooking up in those crates.
Sure. So it looks like they're packing like horrible little objects of varying degrees. Like it looks like maybe a small model of a wagon, except it's like covered in spikes and little things that children could choke on. It's every nightmare toy that ever got like recalled from the store for being too dangerous for children to actually own. I'm not going to describe every piece, but you guys can tell me what you find in these crates of toys that children shouldn't have. Yeah, and the elves are ignoring you currently. They give you a cursory glance, but they just keep chanting and going about their business.
Interesting. Right. So I looked in one of the boxes and I saw your parents' disappointment.
So it's a lovely, it's like an ornament, like one of those silver ball ornaments.
Well, it's like, in Pulp Fiction where he opens a briefcase and it's this bright thing.
Yeah.
You can't really see in it. It's kind of the same thing, but you just like, it's dark.
Yeah. It's a framed picture of your parents. It's like those Harry Potter pictures that move, and it's just them looking,
shaking their heads.
And shaking their heads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you now have that. You can have that in your possession. Your goblin. And it's specifically William Dafoe's parents.
Right. I mean, yeah, not my parents.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have that.
Mr. and Mrs. Dafoe.
Sean Connolly, it's your turn to do a thing.
Yeah, I actually, so I'm like kind of hiding off to the side, but I found a crate of, it's like snow globes, but all it has inside is a very, very floppy dildo. And I know the kids back home would just go absolutely apeshit for that. So I'm sneaking as many of those into my backpack as I can.
Perfect. Yeah. Wookiee Life Day presents in Goblin Society can only be things that were stolen from other children. So perfect. You can have a goblin point. Doug, you can also have a goblin point because I really like the parents' disappointment thing. Yeah, so you guys are stealing toys. I guess that brings us back to I forget your name, Will.
Marky.
Marky.
Skid
Marky Mark. That's it.
I want to go find the break room. I want sandwiches.
Yeah, so you can either go through what looks like maybe a door where they would keep animals to your right, like kind of a side room, or you can follow the chain deeper into the complex.
Let's go to the right.
Yeah, so you open the door. Inside are it's 4 of the golem looking creatures again, the elves. This time they're tattooed with horrible it to your eyes it's horrible eldritch script like from an H.P. Lovecraft novel. What we as the viewing audience see, it's tiny little Norman Rockwell paintings tattooed all over their body in ritualistic manner, and they have a giant summoning circle drawn in the middle of this barn area with like stables, and they appear to be chanting around it and summoning something. There's a crackling of energy betwixt them.
Is there like a lead elf?
Not that you can see. Nobody's really giving direction. They're all kind of moving, like not as a hive mind, but it seems like they all know what they're supposed to be doing.
All right, I'm going to grab one of the elves by his neck, and I'm going to say, bring me to your leader.
All right, so you're going to try to bully this elf?
Yeah.
I'm going to roll.
He's an elf. I'm a goblin.
10, Doug.
Get out of here. Beat it.
Yeah, it looks at you with the wide eyes. It doesn't seem scared. And it points at you. It points towards the big black chain leading into the building.
I should have known. The fucking chain.
What are you doing? Skid Marky Mark, did you want to take an action?
Yeah, I want to. I'm seeing that as like them rapping. So I want to join them and
join their rap battle circle.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. I'm going to make a roll for you there. You're going to, I'm assuming your loincloth looks like Hanes underwear.
Oh yeah.
9. You succeed. You successfully rap battle these weird elf necromancers. I'm going to give you a goblin point for that, my dude. And so you're actually helping them because you succeeded. Instead of dying, you're helping them with whatever their ritual is. So what are you guys? I think you guys are rapping Christmas in Harlem, right? Like that's you somehow know the words to all of that and just happen to fall into beat with them.
Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens.
Yeah, not Harlem, Hollis, right?
Yeah.
Christmas in Hollis.
Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. But I'm still eyeing sandwiches. I want sandwiches.
Yeah, so there is no
sandwiches.
There's no food here that you could tell in this area other than
But do I know that?
Yeah, you want to look around for it?
I just want a sandwich. It doesn't matter if it's edible. I want a sandwich.
Yeah, so there is definitely like petrified hay-covered horse shit in here.
Yeah, that's a sandwich.
Perfect. Yeah. You enjoy your nice, tasty sandwich while you rap and enjoy this peaceful Christmas moment with these evil elves.
It tastes like shit.
Steve, it sure does. Steve, what are you doing?
I'm going to continue my charge and swing wildly with my saw.
Hell yeah, dude. Bone saw flying. You get a point for goblin-y chivalry. I think you swing your saw, right? And you run across, and I think you hit William Dafoe. I think your jagged, horrible goblin surgery weapon like hits the jugular of William Dafoe, and he starts spewing blood everywhere. And then as your momentum carries you, you slip in his blood and manage to $1 million baby yourself on the giant, awful black chain. And with a sickening crack and a gush of blood, both William Dafoe and Darcy, or whatever her name is, are passed away.
Hey,
so
Dinky.
I need Dinky. That's it.
Dinky, that one was on me, dude. That was my fault.
I shouldn't have been standing directly in your way. All right,
that was on me. I can own it.
So let's replace one at a time. William Dafoe, what will your goblin replacement be called?
Panera Chicken Tortellini.
Chicken Tortellini, next into the office. We'll see you soon, Doug. And Dinky, what will your goblin's replacement be?
Vin Diesel.
Yes. Okay, cool. Living his life a quarter mile at a time. Vin Diesel. Thank you, Steve. We'll see you soon. So Jay, you are Chicken Tortellini.
Hell yeah,
and
I am.
Brian, you are Vin Diesel. Chicken Tortellini, you're a pit fighter with iron knuckles as your weapon.
I'm a what?
A pit fighter.
Can I be a horn blower? Because I kind of got deprived of horn blowing previously.
Yeah, dude, you can be a horn blower, sure.
I would like to be a trombonist.
It is in the Christmas spirit, I suppose. You have a warm hat of whatever description you want as your item. Vin Diesel.
Can it be like a fedora? And can my horn be like a trombone?
Perfect, dude. You're a jazz man. I love it.
Yeah. I'm actually a Goblin.
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 Okay. Yeah, you can have a Goblin point for that.
I also have a pet fish. Do you want to know what size it is?
What size?
It's real big.
The real big fish. Boo! Minus points. So Vin Diesel, you're a sailor. Your weapon is a set of dice. And you have a loincloth as your signature item. Jenny, I am having trouble keeping track of the million character names. I'm seeing a flaw in the system. So whatever your goblin's name is.
It's okay. I'm very forgettable. I'm Sean Connolly.
Oh, yeah. That's why. Just wishful thinking that I wouldn't remember that guy.
That was said with love. Don't worry.
So, Sean Connolly, what would you like to do?
Well, while all of this chaos is going on, I know who I came here for, and it's me. I don't care if this kid gets a helmet. But I have been raiding the kind of like loading dock area and loading up on as much shit as I can possibly carry. So I found myself 6 dildo snow globes, 5 boxes of whippets, 4 of rusty auto parts, 3 racist baby dolls, 2 scissors that just say running is fun, and my first plasma donation set.
Perfect. So your backpack.
That's my inventory.
All of your possessions, all of your pockets are completely filled with these dangerous objects. Where do you go from here?
I mean, I did hear that there were sandwiches out there somewhere. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the east, there is a stable. You hear Skid Marky Mark. You hear
I'm going to follow the sound of munching.
You hear the unmistakable noise of goblin chewing. Yeah, so you see, as I described before, there is 4 chanting Norman Rockwell ritualistically tattooed golem-looking dudes. The energy in their little summoning circle is becoming bigger and appears to be some kind of skeletal horse-like beings being summoned into the summoning circle. And Will, who I forget, Skid Marky Mark is gleefully eating what appears to be a delicious horse turd covered in hay.
A horse apple.
I want to try to eat one of those guys.
Sure. All right. Yeah.
Ass
so
first.
Your hunger not safe. You asked to eat them.
No, ass first.
Ass first. So you watch as
millennial goblin
Skid Marky Mark goes to toss some evil elven salad. And you got a 5, Skid Marky Mark. So I think the eldritch energy that is inside this elf's ass summons you to a dark abyss where you'll be tortured for 1,000 lifetimes. Thanks for playing. We'll see you again soon. You get a goblin point for ass eating. We are woke AF goblins. What is the name of the next goblin?
The Doobie Brother.
The last one standing.
There he is.
Damn, you're the Doobie Brother. hey, the Doobie Brother, you are a cook, and your weapon is a giant pot, which is odd. And you have striped pants as your signature gear. Brian and Jenny, what are you guys doing? So you witness. Oh, I'm sorry. Brian and Chicken Tortellini.
I'm Chicken Tortellini.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant, because she went and observed a failed ass-eating attempt. So I'm moving on to the next group. What are you two doing in this chaos? It appears like the sleigh is pretty much done.
Well, I mean, I'm Vin Diesel. I'm very interested in like a big score, like a combination TV, DVD player, VCR. Where's this chain leading to? Do I think
it leads into the structure? So there's a large open door. You can't make much of it, but it leads like basically into the next part of the building.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the goblins and be like, if this is what's out here, imagine what's in there.
Yeah,
so many dildo globes.
And so far, you guys have only killed yourselves. Really, there isn't actually any more danger in a goblin's life here than any other place where you guys kill each other and yourselves constantly.
Right. I feel a very strong bond with the Vin Diesel goblin, like almost like we're family. So I feel compelled to like follow him.
Well, you guys are standing around in wife beaters drinking Coronas, right?
Yeah, we clink Coronas.
The goblin into the big room. So I think that you three are temporarily in a party if you all want to travel in the same direction. Jenny, what do you want to do? Do you want to follow the other goblins?
I was really curious about what was going on in there until I saw someone get reverse ass eaten.
Yeah, dude.
And that was new for me. So I'm going to follow those guys too.
Yeah, I think looking a little shocked, the goblin trader Sean Connolly comes out of the thing and follows you guys deeper into the structure. Congratulations, guys. You made it through the first room. So into the second room. The second room appears to be so basically there's like a short corridor that it kind of all the rooms just kind of connect to each other. There isn't like a really good thought out building plan here like every dungeon. So some rooms will lead to other rooms, but like it's just the least practical architecture possible like every D&D dungeon. This room is filled with giant machines. There is narrow metal walkways that pass between the machines, but they are sewing and knitting machines, and they appear to be making like what you guys don't understand, like small stuffed totems of animals at a rapid rate. The other side of the room, there is a door out of this room, and there is a gigantic pile of stuffed animals, hideous stuffed, nightmare-inducing stuffed animals on the other side, and that appears to be what these horrible, weird metal spiders are that are the machines are creating.
So, is there like anything of value in this room?
Not that you can see, but there is a door. Like the black chain passes under some of the machinery and goes through the next doorway.
I'm gonna elbow Vin Diesel and be like, "What's behind that door?"
There's only one way to find out. And then I hold my hand. I look at the Doobie Brother and say,
"Oh well, I mean, I'm gonna
Brother?
take my giant pot off my head and wave Chicken Tortellini forward." Sir, it's time for you to go. Play us through, brother.
And his checkered van boots grew 3 sizes that day.
I'll try to open the door.
So you got to make it across the room first.
Okay. I'll try to make my way across the death machines.
Yeah, there are some narrow pathways across this horrible mechanical nightmare. So I'm going to roll for you there, Chicken Tortellini. Chicken Tortellini makes it successfully across. And because they navigated it so appropriately, you guys can follow the path and escape the horrors of the threshing machines that are to your left and right. There are some close calls.
Bunch of followers. That's what you fuckers are.
Yeah, dude.
I was walking through treacherous machinery before it was cool. I'm a goblin hipster now.
I'm gonna if he's playing music across, which I assume he does the entire time, I'm just gonna be discordantly banging my giant pot, like trying to be part of it, but
sounds like ska.
Yeah,
one of the goblins in the cloud behind you yells, "One step beyond!" And then you guys break into sick first wave Goblin music.
Yeah.
You guys make it across just barely. You're kind of like, it was scary. Like a machine almost pulls Sean Connolly in, and you guys narrowly like get them out. And you guys are kind of taking a breath on the other side of this horrible, whirring nightmare. And the room begins to rumble. And you hear bellows through the whole building. The giant pile of stuffed animals begins to shake like an avalanche. And a giant 10-foot tall red nightmare creature with googly eyes and a plastic nose and a sticker that says "Tickle me here" on the belly begins to pull forth, and it is truly the stuff of nightmares, and it asks, "I'm Elmo, wanna play?" What do you guys do?
I go to hug him. I'm a trusting goblin.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, Vin Diesel's all about family. So.
I'm always looking for family.
Well, Vin Diesel, I got some bad news for you. Elmo tickles you.
I want to be clear. He goes up to hug him, but he does it. He climbs on a thing in such a way that it makes it look like we're the same height. Me and Elmo.
Oh, of course, yeah. There's some forced perspective in this shot that like really makes you look tall. Yeah. So as you're embraced by the gigantic Tickle Me Elmo, the hug starts nice and sweet, and you actually feel like very loved and supported. But that quickly turns to terror as it tightens and tightens, and your head pops off like the top of a toothpaste tube. And goblin gore jettisons from the top of your neck. With a last utterance of "I'll see you soon, Brian." Vin Diesel is dead.
Wow.
Who is the next goblin? You can have a point for being Vin Diesel. Because
if you're Vin Diesel, it's an automatic 1 point.
Some people are not familiar with me, but I am like stupid, unapologetic Fast and Furious fan. Every one of them is great. No sarcasm there. One time we were at the bar. We had gone to see. I have this problem where I don't drink and I go to the bar all the time, so a lot of drunk, annoying people constantly are like punishing me. But I figured out, because after Fast and Furious 8, we went to the bar and I retaliated by, if they wanted to talk to me, we were talking about the Fast and Furious. So I either got to talk about the Fast and Furious, which is cool, or they got really upset and concerned and just left. So if you ever need to get out of a conversation.
Real question. I've never seen any of them, but I do love Vin Diesel. He's a wonderful fellow. Do I need to see 1 through 7 for continuity before I go to 8? No,
because the continuity is all over the place, so you don't need to. There's movies that happen out of order, even though numerically it's the next one, and they bring characters back from the dead all the time. So no, I would just start at 4. That's when they really get super insane and good. 1 is the best like movie, like as far as a movie goes, but it's when The Rock shows up that things really start getting spicy. And that's when they like abandon all logic and it stops being about car racing. So, but anyway, Vin Diesel,
we've really gone off on a tangent.
Yeah, sorry guys. Fast and Furious, sorry everybody. Join my Fast and Furious podcast starting directly right now. What's the name of the next goblin, Vin Diesel?
The next goblin is named Gobzilla.
All right, Gobs.
No, we already had Nancy Reagan.
Yeah. Hello, Gobzilla. Yeah, you're muted again, Sean.
It's because I scream when you guys aren't, when I'm not in the room. So.
Gobzilla, you are the blacksmith for Goblinville. You have a bag of nails as your weapon, and your signature item is a goat skull.
A goat skull.
Yeah. So who has taken? So I think Sean Connolly, like the character, needs to take an action, and the Doobie Brother needs to take an action in this room, and now Godzilla needs to take an action. So we'll go to Sean Connolly, the Goblin. What do you want to do?
This is a lot to take in now.
Giant Tickle Me Elmo
has for everyone and just hand them out from my stash.
Hell yeah! So you're gonna make everybody do whippets? That's your move. You can get a.
I'm gonna offer. This is consensual whippets. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna force anyone.
Well, you don't get a goblin point for consensual whippets. I'm sorry.
I'll make them feel bad. I'll like peer pressure them, but I'm not gonna hold them down.
Oh, there you go. Goblin point again. That redacted goblin point. Let's give it. So I'm gonna roll to see the condition of these whippets. Are anybody doing whippets with Sean Connolly, the Goblin?
Sean Connolly, the not Goblin.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So in the face of giant Tickle Me Elmo, you two do whippets. Does Chicken Tortellini, the Goblin, or the Doobie Brother want to do whippets?
Yes. Can I also simultaneously though? Can I do that thing where you take a step back and don't tell the other guys in the line?
Yeah. So you're. Yeah. Whoop. So you don't do whippets. Yeah. So let's see how good they are. So everybody who did whippets, you have that woo 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 head high of huffing. And other than that, things seem unaffected. Over all the mechanical hum, you can kind of hear a chorus of voices that might be coming from outside the building.
Is it our parents saying they're disappointed in us?
So basically you hear a bunch of shouting. Something's going on outside the building, but it's of no concern to you here because Tickle Me Elmo is bearing down on you and he's ready to hug you all to death. The Doobie Brother, what would you like to do?
Well, look, I always have some EVOO everywhere I go, and that floor is covered in blood. So I'm going to mix a little bit of EVOO in there and try to create a slipping trap. Slipping hazard. I know how OSHA works. This is bad news.
Ooh, critical success. Double sixes for the Doobie Brother. As Tickle Me Elmo approaches, you use your knowledge of goblin cooking to lay down the greasiest goblin trap that there ever was in this giant tickle. I want to play. That tickles, and it marches forward with its booming steps, and it slips and crashes into some of the machinery, which sets on fire. And you hear his giggling as the giant Tickle Me Elmo, made of very flammable materials, is consumed by flame. And the way further into the Santa's dungeon, the ancient human temple goes on. You may follow the black chain. So are you guys going to keep heading through? I guess it's Godzilla's turn to act. What are you going to do, Godzilla?
Yeah, can I throw my shit at the fire?
Sure, yeah, that's a goblin point. I'm not going to make a roll for that, but you can certainly you huck a duty at the burning Tickle Me Elmo. It smells better.
All right, you guys just keep moving through. Then, hold on. Can we GG Allen in this room real quick before we do anything else?
Yeah. If you guys want to.
I learned that from
Nancy Reagan's dead, so you can't get head while everybody watches. But you can throw your shit wherever you want. You already did drugs, so you're halfway there.
I want to point out recently on a neighborhood Facebook page, Brian got accused of receiving Blumpkins for having quote unquote woke thoughts.
Hell yeah, dude. I didn't know that was common knowledge about Brian, but
like you and that other guy probably get Blumpkins.
Goblin Allen. Thank you, Brian. That's good. We all knew Brian Stark's secret, and for the sake of his career in the comedy community in Worcester, we were trying to keep it secret. But yeah, Brian
that's just like trying to shame somebody for having a really strong bond of trust with somebody else.
That's true. Yeah, dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I do want to. After I throw my shit, I want to move forward.
All right, cool. So you guys pass through into the next room of this horror dungeon. Where are we at? So the first thing you notice is like extreme heat comes out of this room. And,
is it my shit?
No, there's a bigger fire. This appears to be like the forge room where they would like make metal toys and like the nails and things that they're constructing the sleigh out of. There are 2 doors out of this room. One the black chain goes through, the other one the black chain doesn't go to, obviously. And there's like a giant hot fire in the forge right now that's just like it's like it singes your eyebrows as you guys walk into this place.
Whoa. I throw the Doobie Brother in it.
Oh, sure. I play the sad trombone noise from Price is Right when he does that.
Yeah, so you go to push the Doobie Brother towards the flames.
Yeah.
I think you succeed. Sorry, Sam. I normally give players more agency, but that does not seem to be the time for this season.
No.
You do hear a
smell good as I burn.
So the flames do something weird, right? They become vaguely humanoid shaped as you're pushed into them, and a voice from the flames goes, "What's all this then?" And right as the Doobie Brother is like completely consumed by this insanely hot ash, the flame, the living flame itself speaks up. Doobie Brother, thanks for playing. What shall the next goblin be named?
Ronald Reagan.
Hell yeah. Apparently the most happy president of all time. Hi, Ronald Reagan. You're muted there. Dave Williams, you're muted. Stop talking.
I didn't even realize my mic was muted. I was doing a really good Reagan impression. You guys missed it.
Damn, bummer. You're a woodcutter. You have a hatchet as a weapon. And your item of note is you have, I'm going to use one that I haven't used yet, an iron mask. You have like Man in the Iron Mask style mask. All right, so Godzilla took an action. Sean Connolly the Goblin, what would you do? You see the Doobie Brother consumed, almost turned to ash in an instant by this flame, this very polite seeming flame. Oh, what's all this then? Don't be pushing. I don't come to your house and push my friends into your body. Don't do the same here.
Is it cool if we play through, or?
Oh yeah, I ain't got no playing this game. I'm just trapped here for eternity. Don't mind me. You just ignore me. Keep going about your life. I'm just chained here for all eternity, living inside of this.
I am already at the door.
Yeah. All right. Goblin point for Jenny. Goblin point for Sean also for pushing the Doobie Brother into the fire. So you guys can all, having parlayed successfully with Jeff the Fire Elemental, you guys cross the room. So now there are 2 choices. You can pick the door the chain goes through, or the other door.
The other door definitely has a car. The other door has a car. I know it.
You want to go through the other door, everybody?
Yes.
What door does it opens. Smell like is in there?
I didn't hear what you said, Jenny. I'm sorry.
What does it smell like is in the other door?
Honestly, it smells like a garden. There's like a thick, like kind of like the garden at the end of the season. So there's like a thick vegetative, like decaying vegetative smell coming from it. The door opens into a very large room that's actually sunk into the floor. It's amphitheater style, so there's like a big central open space and then like tiered seating down. Whatever its original purpose, it's currently completely overgrown by vines and vegetation that grow all over the room. And there appear to be large, like it kind of looks like the alien egg room in the movie Aliens, except they're about elf size, large like green pods that are cracked open all over the place. So there's probably like 30 or 40 of those pods around, and then on the ground in between the vines you can see sparkly things. Hard to tell what they are from here, but
Godzilla opened that door into that room?
No, Sean Connolly the Goblin did.
Okay, I'm going to body check Sean Connolly the Goblin into that room.
All right, cool. You succeed. Sean Connolly the Goblin. you will be the first victim of this thing. You tumble down the amphitheater steps into the center room, and you hear like a buzzing, like a mosquito buzzing, and these gross dog-sized giant, like kind of humanoid hand. They kind of have fly hands instead of like mosquito hands. Giant mosquitoes descend on your body, and you feel your blood is simultaneously drained, and also something else is injected into you as their proboscis enter your body from various points. And you are both drained and then filled up with some kind of horrible goop that feels like acid as you are consumed. Thanks, Sean Connolly, the Goblin.
So it's like the gnats from Mario Paint.
It is, sure, yeah. Sean Connolly, the
It's a
Goblin.
very specific game reference. I wasn't allowed to have violent games as a child. Okay?
Just
deep pull, yeah.
Just horrifying mosquito Mario games. Yes. What is the name of your replacement?
Whiplash Fandango.
Perfect. Thank you, Jenny. See you soon. Hi, Whiplash Fandango.
Oh, hey, I just got Whiplash coming to the screen. Hi.
Welcome back. So your predecessor was just consumed by awful mosquito men in some weird alien birthing chamber.
Okay.
Your name is Whiplash Fandango. You are the man that keeps the wargs, which are like the giant wolves that goblins ride into battle. So your weapon is a whistle, a dog whistle.
Okay.
And your signature item is you have a bloody apron on.
Wearing a bloody apron.
Yep. All right, so Chicken Tortellini went, Gobzilla went, so I guess that leaves Ronald Reagan or I already forget.
Whiplash Fandango.
Well, I see eggs, and eggs is good eating.
Well,
I'm going to go over to Whiplash and be like, can you create a distraction? You whistle real loud, and I'm going to run in and grab an egg.
Right, so if I whistle, will the dog that we're facing hear it too? Like,
you guys are facing like dog-sized mosquitoes.
Oh, dog-sized mosquitoes, not
Yeah.
mosquito-sized dogs.
Yeah.
Got it.
One is much more terrifying than the other.
Got it. I thought this was going to be real easy. Okay.
Yeah, so I will say, Ronald Reagan, the pods all appear to be open. Like whatever was in the eggs is not in the eggs anymore.
Oh, I was going to say easier access, but all right.
Yeah.
So nothing of... nothing edible in here?
There's some glittery shit on the ground. All the vegetation, and definitely those mosquitoes are probably edible, but they look like they might be a tall task to come and get them. There's 4 of them that you can see.
Well, I like shiny shit too. I'm running in for the shiny shit. I'll be quick. I'm still gonna be like, the plan's still a go. Whistle, and I run in.
All right, so Whiplash is gonna make a distraction for you. So I'm going to roll for Doug's action, but basically it's going to decide whether Ronald Reagan dies or not. Oh, Ronald Reagan lives this time. So Ronald Reagan, Dave, you can get a goblin point. The distraction is enough. The things take flight, kind of panicked, and fly away, and you run in and grab a few handfuls of glittery stuff, and then presumably go back to the door, or do you want to take time collecting stuff?
I mean, I'm just gonna grab a handful, whatever I can. Yeah, grab.
So it looks like human coins and stuff. Like it looks like there was treasure in here at some point. There's some glittery coins, and you make it back successfully to the door. There is no other way out of the amphitheater room, so you have to go back to the fire elemental room and either backtrack or follow the chain deeper. So it would be Whiplash. You get to decide.
Yeah. Let's follow that chain. I'm a sucker for the chain.
You can feel there's a big rattle to the building, and you hear Jeff, the fire elemental that lives in the blacksmith area, goes, "Now what the hell is that? Gonna trap me here for 1,000 years, and now you're gonna make my house shake all the time? Ah, bugger. It just doesn't pay to be a conjured arcane servant anymore." And he's like he's like a sad boy. Yeah, sick album. So you follow the chain into the next room.
That's the sound of the Mackie working on the chain.
Gang. Yeah, hell yeah, Doug. So you guys go. This is another recessed room that's dug out. It's like the Acme factory from Batman. So there are very rickety, like you guys are at the top of the room basically, and the chain goes down these very rickety catwalks to a door on the other side. There's 2 other doors, and there are steaming vats of boiling taffy and candies and just multicolored goop beneath you on this rickety catwalk.
That sounds great, actually.
Yeah, it smells delicious in here. So I guess it's up to Whiplash. Do you want to go, or do you want to let another goblin act?
Oh no, I'll act. I'm not a pussy.
All right, man. So Whiplash the goblin, with rare goblin bravado, marches across the.
That's Whiplash talking, by the way.
Yeah, Whiplash is a bad dude. Yeah,
Sailor's
Whiplash is canceled, not Doug.
Yeah.
So you lead the way across the rickety catwalk, and successful. You guys are on a streak right now. You managed to navigate the whole crew without falling off of this teetering catwalk across, without getting jokered into the vats of taffy.
Is there anything I can't do in this game?
You're amazing, Doug.
Maybe I'll write a book.
Doug is fixing RPGs.
Everybody has a price, right, Maddie?
And I'm the $1 million man. So basically there's another 2 door options. There's basically 2 paths you can go. You can keep following the chain, or you can pick the other door, basically.
Let's pick the other door. I always like the other door. There's
going to be a car. Are you going to open the? So we're back to new actions. Godzilla, are you going to be the one that opens the other door?
Yes, but with my butt cheeks.
Oh, very good, actually. So you open the door with your butt cheeks, your strong goblin butt cheeks, and
is he pulling or pushing?
I
imagine
a little bit of both.
pulling.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
It's pulling. You got to have some real gluteral strength.
Yeah, he's clenching the handle. That's what I see anyway.
Yeah, dude. Could crack a walnut in those things. And you yank the door open, Godzilla, and actually you opening it with your ass will give you a goblin point and save you. You guys are kind of surrounded watching him. So none of you, because you opened it with your ass, are staring directly into what can only be described as if you took Clark Griswold's house of lights and put it into a contained room. Blinding Christmas colored lights fly out of this room. That you would be completely struck blind if you had been facing the right way, but because you fortuitously used your ass, you're good.
Whew.
Nobody touched the handle.
So Globzilla acts, so I guess we'll go to Chicken Tortellini. You haven't done anything in a bit. What do you want to do, man?
Is there anything else going on in this room after the...
So the light's so intense you can't see.
We can't really look in there.
Like, yeah, if you were to look in, your eyes would just be completely blinded with Christmas cheer. So if you want to navigate around that room, you can, but it would be with your eyes closed. It's that type of light that even with your eyes closed, you can see the red through your eyelids.
Right. I think I'm gonna double back and head back to follow the chain to move into the next one.
Yeah, so you guys turn kind of you turn and start to head towards the chain. You see that there's now black like lightning type energy, like the Emperor Electric from his fingers type energy coursing down the chain from the direction of the tree. So it's kind of like coming the way you guys are going. There's definitely like pulsing energy that's traveling down this chain now. And like the vibrations of the building are starting to pick up. You go into the next room. And this appears to be some kind of workshop. There is all kinds of weird magical alchemical nonsense. There's more of those ritualistically painted Norman Rockwell paintings all over the wall. And there is a large center table with what can only be described as the pony, puppy, kitten, fish that you asked for Christmas every year and your parents never gave to you. but all of them that were ever asked for, sewn together in one hideous, monstrous, writhing Frankenstein mess of pet pieces. And it's currently writhing all over the table and the floor. The crackling black energy from the chain. The chain continues to a stairway that appears to be leading down. And the crackling energy is now flying off the chain, shooting like sparks of lightning, like one of those globes that you touch with the electric ball in the middle. That's shooting all over the room now.
I want to try to have sex with the thing.
With the dog thing? Sure, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you go to have sex with the horrible pet monstrosity, and I think you get so sorry about the sad disappointment from your parents, but you are so blinded by your amorous lust for this horrible monstrosity that you are completely like cartoon electrocuted by this black lightning to the point where like your hair sticks out on end and it does the thing where it like blinks back and forth and shows your skeleton, and then you fall into a pile of ash, and that is the end of Godzilla. Godzilla, thank you. What's the name of your replacement goblin?
Scratch from the Ice Cats.
Hell yeah. All right, thank you, Sean. Steve is back.
It's me.
Steve, Scratch from the Ice Cats. You are a scavenger. Your weapon, oddly, is twine, a ball of twine. And your signature item is you have a cloak, which I'm assuming probably looks like a hockey jersey.
Sweet.
So in order, so who wants to act next, I guess? We're getting towards the end, so it's all of the things that were going to happen are happening. You guys have not done this in any kind of quick way, so things are happening. The black energy is starting to pick up in intensity as it travels down the chain.
Can I grab the dead body of Godzilla and kind of like, try to like tempt the animal to like go down the stairs with it?
Yeah,
like,
sure, man. Only you got some kind of animal handler in your group.
Yeah.
So you go to tempt it with the fricasseed body of your boy Godzilla, and you're a goblin. You don't know how electricity works, so you go to touch his dead body that is touching basically like the live rail of the subway,
live current,
and are immediately also hilariously electrocuted to death. Dave, have a goblin point, and name thy next replacement goblin.
Skunk O'Neill.
Skunk O'Neill, eh? All right, thank you, Dave. Hi, Skunk O'Neill.
Of the O'Neills.
Skunk O'Neill, you are a witch. And your weapon is you have herbs and a spell. You have the spell Dead Tongue, which is a spell you can cast to speak to the dead. But like everything goblin-y, magic is horribly dangerous and could kill you at a moment's notice. Your signature weapon is... your signature item is you got the tooth necklace again.
I want to ask those two dead guys how they died.
Perfect. Twos, critical failure, double ones. So you appear and you go, hey, how'd you guys die? And they go, give me a high five to find out. And you high five them and are also hilariously electrocuted to death, adding to this pile. Thanks, Will.
But give me a point. Give me a point. 1 point. 1 point.
Oh, that's a goblin point for sure. Yeah.
Will's such a sucker for a high five. It gets him every time.
I love high fives, dude. I get it. What's the
Whiplash?
Air high five, but psh, psh, psh. All right, Will. I think you have the briefest appearance so far as goblins go. So I'm going to give you another,
baby.
I'm going to give you another point for that. All right, Will. What's the name of the next Bushwhacker Luke?
I was calling myself Bushwhacker Luke, but we'll call
Bushwhacker Butch then.
Bushwhacker Butch is the next goblin.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Will. All right, Whiplash Fandango. I guess Scratch hasn't done it. Hey, Bushwhacker Bush. You are a ditch digger. You have a shovel for a weapon, and you have war paint.
I bury all the dead bodies.
So Whiplash and Scratch and Chicken Tortellini, you guys all have actions that you can take. The writhing undead beast has not been sated. It's currently staring curiously as you continue to throw yourselves at the horrible electric chain. I guess I'll go Scratch. You haven't done anything since your appearance. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to run across the room.
All right, sprinting. The goblin's last resort of just run. You get a point for that, Steve. Steve, you go to run across it, and as this thing like rides and moves, it kind of doesn't even know where. It doesn't seem like hostile. It just seems like incredibly dangerous as a creature because of the monstrosity it's become. And you get horribly crushed by this weird it looks like a giant parrot part of the body, and it just smushes you with its like canary like butt into the wall, crushing you and killing you. Oof. Thanks, Steve. What's the next goblin's name?
Turd Ferguson.
Perfect. Whiplash, what do you want to...
Hey everyone, my name's Turd Ferguson.
It's a cool name. Turd Ferguson, you are a what ones haven't I done? You're a miner. You have a pick, and your signature item is a ragged pelt from some animal. Cool. Whiplash Fandango, what are you doing?
So is our goal to get past this dog here?
So you're just looking for the helmet, and you think that long ago, another version of you have this ancestral memory. Another Doug from another time asked one of the elves where their boss was, and it just pointed towards this black chain. So you've kind of just been following that.
Okay, and all right, so I want to sacrifice Vin Diesel by throwing him at the dog, hoping that the dog chokes on him because he's so big and he's hard to chew.
As you're doing that, I'm just gonna say you have a dog whistle.
I stand by what I want to do, please, big bad.
Yeah, sure. So
that's just for image. I have it around my neck, knowing I could do it at any time.
Yeah, Butch goes, "Come on, you have a dog whistle," and you just push him anyway. You miss Whiplash Fandango. He sees you coming, he sidesteps you, and you plummet into the thing's gullet with your trusty dog whistle. Thanks for playing, Doug. You get a point.
Does the dog whistle now because he swallowed me? Like,
yeah, it's driving it into
It's
actually driving it into an enraged frenzy, so it's even more dangerous than it was before.
Yes,
because I, as a dungeon master, hate nothing more than the sound of a whistle. Yes. So yeah, what's the name of the next goblin, bud?
Oh, Goblo.
Goblo. Thank you, Doug. Chicken Tortellini, what do you want to do? Now this thing is enraged and making a horrible whistling sound. Hi, Goblo. Goblo, you are
it's a pleasure to be here.
Goblo, you tell me what your profession is as a goblin.
Wow, really? I'm a doctor.
Sure. You're a doctor, so you're a bone saw. You have a jagged saw. No, you have a bill for
Dr. Goblo. I'm writing that down.
Dr. Goblo, you have a bill for all of your student loans to pay off doctor school. That's your weapon. And
my mom's gonna be so proud.
And you have heavy gloves. You have like really thick rubber operating gloves. Chicken Tortellini, what are you doing?
So is there a way around this ferocious beast, or is it like if I try to get by him, he's probably gonna...
So you could have skirted the wall, but now that it's enraged by its own whistling throat, it is thrashing around with all of its nightmare pieces, smashing the room to pieces. It would be very hard.
I'm gonna try to soothe it with a little toot toot, a little mighty mighty boss tone.
Hell yeah, dude! All right, I'm gonna roll. I'm not rolling to see whether you do it well. You do it well. You're the best goblin there is. I'm gonna roll whether the dog creature likes ska. Unfortunately for you, it does. I think you lose your horn as you make it across the room. You get zapped a little bit by some of the electricity, so you no longer have your horn, but you do get you and the rest of your crew across as it skanks about the room instead of thrashing in a violent way.
All right.
It says, "I love the fucking specials, man."
Oh no! You dropped it. You dropped your horn. You better pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
I was leaving it there for a reason, Brian.
All right. So now you see that the energy is coursing down the thick black chain rapidly, and there's a spiral staircase that goes down into the depths.
Bushwhacker Butch
with all
runs
of
down the stairs like this.
Sure. What's up?
With the assorted corpses in this space, are there any like edge weapons around? Anything bladed?
I think there's a hatchet in the pile of bodies that are currently coursing with electric energy if you want to try to grab it off of one of them.
Hell yeah, I got big ass rubber gloves. I want that.
You do? All right, so I'm going to roll to see if you, with your surgeon skill, manage to extricate the hatchet without being not... I think your hands are fine. It's the energy that's just shooting off of this chain all the time now. That's the dangerous part. Sorry, Dr. Goblo. You bend down to get it, and I don't think it's the chain that kills you. I think you get the hatchet, you hold it up like with glee. You can have a goblin point. Oh, also, let's give a goblin point to Chicken Tortellini.
Oh yeah,
I like the use of ska as a weapon. Weaponized ska is my favorite.
Ska-matic weapon.
And you're so excited to get the hatchet, Dr. Goblo, that you don't see. You unfortunately have, as they say, opened this pit up, and the dog monster is gleeful to join you in the dance, and you are pogoed upon to death until you are a squishy bits. Thank you, Jenny.
That is how I always wanted to go, though.
Perfect. Yeah, killed by a ska dancing dog monster. Jenny, what's the next?
It's the Dalmatian that the dude from Sublime had.
It's definitely in there, dude. This thing definitely practices Santeria. Also, technically not skunk.
Next,
ska, it's bad white funk.
Next on deck, you've got Gorp Cornhole.
All right, wow. Thank you, Jenny. Gorp Cornhole, come on out.
I think Sean's next, but maybe he's not there. Sean, are you there? Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's taking a rest. He's sicky poo from his booster.
He got boosted.
Boosted.
I already forgot.
Garp Cornhole.
Garp Cornhole. You're a thief, so you get that bag of sand. And
oh, hell yeah.
You get a warm hat. All right, so you guys gonna start traveling down? I guess Turd Ferguson, it's your turn to act. Turd Ferguson, what are you doing? You guys are at the top of the stair leading down. Your doctor friend has just committed suicide via sick up and down jumping dance with this dog monster, and your faithful barge companion has trumpeted you through by playing the steamy hits of Real Big Fish.
I'm just gonna put one foot in front of the other and head on down.
All right, so you guys head down the winding staircase. Purple black lightning shooting the entire way. You come down into a gigantic natural cave. In the center, floating above the ground, is a glowing glass orb, a huge glowing glass orb. The chains feed into this room and go up and wrap around the orb. You see the energies pulsing into the glass orb, which appears to be cracking as the energy, the arcane energy, assaults the outsides of it. And you can see on the inside there's something growing. You might have been able to see it once, but you guys got here really late. So what it looks like is some horrible demonic flesh has filled this globe and is beginning to burst forth. On the right-hand wall, this room is sparsely decorated and has a bunch of runes all over the walls and the glass that do not appear to match the Norman Rockwell ones of the Elves. It appears to be some other ancient arcane thing affecting to be a prisoner. And written in a cheery... there's a wooden plaque above the doorway at the base of the stairs as you go into the room, carved, and it says, ho, 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 here lies Nigolas, the Yule Tyrant. And did the witch die already? Wasn't there a witch among you? Is that witch dead already? Yeah.
Who was the witch? Oh, yeah, the witch is dead. Yeah.
Yeah, the witch is dead. Spoke to dead bodies, got electrocuted. So as you guys are standing here watching in horror, you see on the far side of the room is there's two things. There's a large display stand for about I would say conservatively 12-foot long giant demonic flaming sword that's just like tastefully put on this like sword plinth, and a 10-foot tall armor stand with some crazy like Diablo 2 style horned armor with a gigantic Persian style helmet. So it has like the point, and there's a star at the top. So it kind of, if you squint at this red armor just right, it kind of looks like a Santa hat a little bit, but like the demonic armored version. And you see that would be the perfect helmet for Vomit Eye's child on Wookiee Life Day.
Bushwhacker Butch looks down at his shovel, and he look in his hands, and he looks up at the sword, and it's time for an upgrade, and he runs headlong towards the sword.
Sure. So that's what Bushwhacker Butch is doing. Gorp Cornhole, what are you doing? Bushwhacker Butch, you get that's a goblin-y thing. So I will say, boys, this is the climax. So
can I throw the sandbag? Can I throw the sandbag at the orb?
Yeah, hell yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. Turd Ferguson, what are you doing? This is all happening in slow-mo. Gorp Cornhole, you get a goblin point. Turd Ferguson, what are you doing? Are you here with us, Sam?
Oh, that's me. I've been so many people today, and I really have.
Yeah, dude, I've had to remember 4 names at a time for about 5 minutes apiece, so I don't want to hear it.
I haven't. It usually takes me at least.
Some of you assholes. By the way, everybody, you can change your name at the bottom of your little chat window, so you could have written your names in, so it'd be easier for me. We'll just do that next time, I guess. Except for Doug, he doesn't know how to type.
So, you said this is a natural cave, sir. Yeah.
I mean, it's been dug out. Basically, it's just stone walls. It's not finished.
But as a goblin miner, do I see any weak points in this cave?
I mean, you could roll. So you're gonna roll to Karnak and collapse this.
Yeah, I am gonna use my pick to bring all this shit down.
All right, I'm gonna save all the rolls for all of these actions for a minute. Chicken Tortellini, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna make a grab for that helmet. I would like to get the credit for
perfect.
For being the one that
all right, so I'm going to roll for everybody's things, and then I'm just gonna describe because things are about to happen in a big way, and I want to see what everybody's rolls are before I like.
Maddie, can I turn in all my goblin points?
For what do you want to do with them?
To give myself a better chance of getting this sword.
Yeah, sure, man. It'll give you. You have only a humble 3 goblin points, but you can get a +3 to your roll.
Can I get a negative 7,965 to my roll?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So you will gain all of the goblin points by intentionally failing this roll.
Can I?
What's more goblin than failing? Yeah.
That's why I'm allowing it.
Can I throw away all my goblin points?
You just don't want them anymore?
Nah.
All right. In a last minute turn, Sam takes the lead by intentionally killing the goblin, and Sean blows away what his legitimate lead was to do nothing with his goblin points.
I no longer give a shit about the helmet, and I would like to start filling my pockets with their secondhand goblin points.
Hell yeah. So you now have achieved all of their goblin points. So you are will be in a close second, not close second place with Turd Ferguson as he fails this roll, but you will be the second goblin as Sam did the most goblin-y thing possible, which is waste all of your money to fail on purpose. All right, 2 of you succeed. Brian, you get your hands on the sword. You can't physically lift it. It is far too heavy for you. But you can try to drag it out. Gorp, I forget what. Oh, you tossed the bag of sand. Yeah. Being the catalyst, you failed your roll. It's the final abuse the chamber needed to shatter. And with a demonic cry, Nicholas, the horrible Santa, evil Yule tyrant incarnate, bursts forth from the glass. Just as Turd Ferguson, looking for a weak point, he finds it and he strikes the wall with his pick. The weak point, unfortunately, was just for this part of the wall, and he's crushed in a landslide of hot stone. And Chicken Tortellini, what were you? I forget what you were grabbing the helmet, right? You actually succeeded at your roll, so
you're dead. Sam's dead.
as is truly the case. I think while all of this nonsense goes on, Nicholas is like his birthing pains are just enough for you to escape Chicken Tortellini with the helmet. Being the last goblin standing and surviving gives you 10 more goblin points, which will put you ahead of everybody except for Sam. But enjoy your second place, my dude. I love that Ska Goblin lives. Ska Goblin makes it out with the Santa helm, which is
lives
called...
to toot another day.
Yep. It is called the Yule Tyrant's Judgment. So it is a gigantic. You have it's so big. You're basically like holding it by the eye holes, and it's mostly over you as you run out of this place as it's collapsing.
It looks like on Jackass when Wee Man would go in the giant traffic cut.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you make it out as the building collapses. The elves gleefully being crushed. You see a sleigh now emptied of gifts. You kind of see all of the things that were happening. The tree's been decorated with silver and arcane symbols that were apparently summoning whatever energy was coursing through the chain. You can see it still striking the top of the tree, traveling down into the chain, the Christmas tree serving as a giant conduit for whatever energy is being summoned. As you pass by, the 2 elves driving the skeletal steeds that had carried the sleigh and the presents are returning with their empty sleigh. And the building behind you collapses, and all of their souls are consumed as Nicholas, clad in his armor, bursts forth to reign 1,000 years of Christmas tyranny upon the masses and the mortals. Unfortunately, Goblinville is its first and closest stop. So by the time you get back to Goblinville, Goblinville is no more. Vomit Eye has been killed, and you are the last goblin this far north of the river, which is a story for another day. But you have this magical helmet, Chicken Tortellini, so congratulations. And that's it. That's the end. So as is true for every Goblinville game, one dude survives and everything else in the world dies. So just one more horrible place you can't go in my Goblinville game. Thank you, everybody. You guys all did fucking awesome. Sam with the last minute. I'm going to sacrifice all of my goblin points and take the biggest negative roll I can. Wins, but a close second is Jay, who stole all of the discarded goblin points from the chamber. So good job. And
actually, I mean, according to the thing, Will has 1 million plus 4.
You know what?
Oh wow!
Cheating is the most goblin-y thing you can do. So, Will, congratulations! You're the best goblin. This was as insane and frenetic as I had hoped. I hope you all had as good a time as I've thoroughly enjoyed this shit. It worked out just as I had planned. What was everybody's favorite goblin? Does anybody remember any goblins other than Chicken Tortellini?
Chicken Tortellini was incredible.
There were goblins in this?
Yeah, Doug. You did great, Doug. You finished by the actual scoreboard. You finished 4th.
Wow!
If we had kept track of points, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, dude. No bronze for you.
Darren.
But yeah, thank you guys all for coming out. Everybody did great. You goblins as hard as any goblins could. Ska went out in the end, as we all knew it would.
As always.
Pork pie hats
and it will rise
vans.
again one day in the real world as well.
Yeah, dude. One day we will all bow our knee to Chicken Tortellini and his pork pie hat. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody watching. Whoever watched, thank you. I don't really care. That was a lot of fucking fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
We had a blast. Thank you, Maddie, so much for running this game for
us.
Yeah,
dude, of course. Honestly, I didn't have to do much. I wrote 1 page of stuff, and as usual, you guys did all of the rest.
Well, we appreciate everyone for sticking around. Brian Dutrumble was here the entire time. We really appreciate you showing up from the jump and sticking around for all of our bullshit. So this was fantastic. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you to all the players. You guys, I love you guys. This is exactly the way.
And again, one more clap for everybody, but especially Will Smalley, the most goblin there is.
Yeah,
at 1,000,004 goblin.
We will
Maybe
see
next
you guys
year.
soon.
We'll see 1,000,005.
Yeah, we'll do this again soon. We're gonna have to bring back Goblinville very soon, I think. But everyone, I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. Stay tuned to Woot Nanny for our next show on Tuesday, Worcester Council Theater 3000. We're going to be running down all the bullshit that happens on the Worcester City Council meetings. And we got some really fun stuff coming up. Guys, Will Smalley and I started a wrestling podcast. And we're gonna put it out like real soon. So follow Parts Unknown Wrestling on Instagram. Yeah,
also,
on the internet.
Also, our regular weekly game that is run by beautiful Diamond Dave Williams is coming to a podcast network by you eventually, but it is a thing that's going to happen. You too can watch 4 men in their 30s pretend to be school students at a magical college and live our Harry Potter dreams.
So check out, it's going to be this called Session Zeros, the Session Zeros. That's going to be on Instagram. On YouTube, we're going to put them up. It's just really time consuming to edit a lot of video. So keep an eye out for that soon. Everybody have a great end of the year. We will see you all soon.
Merry Wookiee Life Day, everybody.
Yay.
Bye. Fandango. Whiplash Fandango, everyone.